All right, here we are again. Now we're going to talk about some early BAFTA predictions. We kind of went over the long list when it came out. Now it's time to come back, and I've had a couple of weeks here to kind of look everything over, and I'm like, well, here's where I think we're going with certain categories. So you'll have to excuse me here because once again I've got my handy dandy predictions pulled up from Gold Derby here, and they've got only like the first 9, 10 categories, something like that. They don't have like British film or anything on there. So what I did, I went through the short list or long list in this case, and kind of picked out the ones that I think will get in. The British film one is actually a weird one because that one's 10 nominees. But and I didn't look up every last one, but I believe after that the rest of them are 5, and then you get to the acting categories. Those are 6. The screenplay ones are 5. Film is 5. Director is 6, if I didn't already say that one. But yeah, it's like there's kind of some weird stuff going on this year with this one. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and get started here. Starting with the film category, or best picture, best picture equivalent, which is just best film over there. And I really just right now I just have the Golden Globe 5. That's Nomadland, Trial of Chicago 7, The Father, Promising Young Woman, and Mank. That's not to say, obviously, that stuff like Ma Rainey's is not possible. One Night in Miami is not possible. Sound of Metal, a couple of those that made the short list here. The Dig is on there. The Dig is one I'm actually really wary about because it's got a ton of support from those tech categories. I have it getting into a few of those. Another Round is on here. Which, Parasite made the film list last year. It didn't get any tech support. It was just all screenplay and up. But that one could get a few things. I have to look again and see if it's on the director shortlist. But I know it's on there for actor and screenplay, stuff like that. It is on the director long list as well here. So that one could make it on there in favor of something like... I don't know really which one misses, though, because I kind of looked at it and I'm like... just overall here, before we get any further, I think Mank, like most other places like Critics' Choice, Globes, and I think at the Oscars as well, I think Mank is going to be leading nominations here as well. But as far as who's second place, at the Oscars, it's, from what I have here, Ma Rainey's, which I have getting down for 8 nominations. I just kind of went over this yesterday, just privately here, and then I'll do a future, in the future here, I'll do a further Oscar update there. But then I have Minari getting into 7 categories after that, and then Nomadland, and I believe, just that one has 6, and then Chicago 7, One Night in Miami, Defy Bloods, and News of the World I have all in 5 categories. So I feel like we're gonna, even though we do have what seems to be fewer contenders here this year with the the COVID year and everything. I don't know. It feels like, we are going to have at least one film get that, double-digit nominations. Then after that, I think it'll be a little bit more split. At BAFTA here, I think, at least from what I have here, I think, Mank is going to do well. I think Promising Young Woman actually might be the second most nominated film. I have that one getting into a ton of stuff. I think Nomadland, I think I have that one in maybe... no, I think I have it in everything. I have it at the Oscars, too. I don't think I have that getting anything extra here at BAFTA. But I actually would not be surprised. It could be like Roma. That one ended up winning Best Film here a few years ago. And it, kind of has that European sense about it, which Nomadland, I think, kind of feels like that. Having not seen it quite yet, kind of feels like that's where it's going there. Otherwise... Tenet might do a little better over here than at the Oscars. I have it down for 4 categories at the Oscars. I think I have it in similar numbers here, if not maybe 1 or 2 extra. Otherwise, we'll get to him as we go there. But The Father, I think, might do a little better over here at BAFTA than it does at the Oscars at the end of the day. They do have the casting category, so that might give a couple films, an extra nomination here or there. Anyways, but as far as the placing here, I do think Nomadland is going to be the front runner here for BAFTA. I can see them going with Nomadland, and then something else wins Best Picture, and then they're wrong again for like, what is it now, the 6th year in a row or something ridiculous? Maybe longer than that even. Let me think. Okay, let's go through it. So Boyhood, they were wrong. 2014, they went with Birdman at the Oscars. Then they went with Revenant here, and a lot of other people did, including myself. And then they went with Spotlight at the Oscars. The next year, La La Land, which of course almost everybody had La La Land that year, and Moonlight upset. And then you had 3 Billboards do really well here at BAFTA in 2017, and then Shape of Water ended up winning at the Oscars. Then you had the Roma year, where it's like Roma started to kind of pull everything together, and I'm like, I think it's Roma, and it's after BAFTA, I was like, yeah, it probably is, and then again, we all got duped by Green Book, and then last year, 1917 did very, very well here at BAFTA, of course, and I was like, I don't know, I was like, I never really felt it for 1917, so I went Parasite, and yeah, I ended up getting one right for the first time in a while there at the Oscars, but so yeah, again, that just reminds you, just BAFTA, the film film winner doesn't always go on to it, and it's been, I think, 12 Years a Slave is the last one, so yeah, if we do end up with Chicago 7 or, I don't know, something else like One Night in Miami or, Minari even, which is not on the long list for film here at the Oscars, then yeah, they would be incorrect again. But otherwise, who else is on the long list here that could get in? Yeah, I mentioned a few of them here. Another Round, Ma Rainey's One Night in Miami. The Dig could get on there and surprise a few people. News of the World is on the long list as well here. And News of the World, I think it's close. I don't have it getting in for director, but I think the fact that Paul Greengrass is on there, he hasn't gotten any love so far this year, but I think he could actually score here. I mean, not every time he has a film out, but a lot of times he's gotten in here at BAFTA. Like Captain Phillips, he got in here. United 93, I believe he won BAFTA actually that year for director or something, if they didn't go Scorsese. So he might have. I might be getting that wrong, but anyways, but yeah, I think Greengrass is definitely one that could come in for a director here. Speaking of director, we'll go into that. Chloe Zhao I have up front for Nomadland, then Aaron Sorkin for Child of Chicago 7, Emerald Fennell I have getting in for Promising Young Woman, David Fincher for Mank. Remember, he did win the Year of the Social Network here at BAFTA. I do have Regina King getting in for One Night in Miami, and then since there is that sixth slot, I think it's Florian Zeller for The Father. Kind of weird because we have Lee Isaac Chung. He's on the long list for director for Minari, and yet the film is not up for the top category. Another one, I don't know who the director is, but Saint Maud actually did very, very well here on the long list, so that got a ton of spots. So Saint Maud, maybe for director, I mean, that'd be a lot. I mean, I think I have it getting into quite a few other categories here. Not a ton, but, definitely a 3 or 4 at least. Like we mentioned, another Round, that's the guy who did The Hunt, so that one could get on there. I mean, not to go way out on a limb here, but it's like, what if it is that Paolo Pawlowski, or however you pronounce his last name there, Cold War? It could be. I mean, there was a lot of people talked about it because the guy who did Amour, I'm forgetting his name right now. Mikhail Haneke, he had a film. A lot of people kind of made that comparison because it was like the film before had won for foreign language film or something, or one of his previous films, and then it also got into like cinematography or something. That it was like The White Ribbon or something. It was one of those that Haneke did. And then the next time he had a film that was on the Oscar level there, Amour, that overperformed, got into director and picture. And then we had Cold War. It didn't get into picture, but it was the same thing where Pawlowski also did Ida. I remember that one was black and white. That one won foreign language film that year and was nominated for cinematography. And then Cold War got director the next time, as well as it was a cinematography nominee again, wasn't it? I believe it was, but also a foreign language film, of course. But lost to Roma. So a lot of people are thinking, well, The Hunt. I don't think. Crap, did that win that year? I know it was nominated at the Oscars. A lot of people thought Mads Mikkelsen was, he got a ton of critic support and stuff. So a lot of people thought he actually had a good shot of getting into Best Actor, but nominated, let's see, I'm not seeing, I don't think it won, did it? No, it did not. That was, let's see, that was 2013. Oh boy. Memory's failing me, so I don't know who won that year, But yeah, that one, so some people are thinking it might be on that kind of trajectory there, where all of a sudden, let me see, who's the name of the director here? Thomas Vinterberg, where all of a sudden, if he gets into BAFTA, I mean, that's tempting. That's going to be tempting, because at the Oscars, I still have Spike Lee getting in there, and then David Fincher, Regina King, Aaron Sorkin, and Chloe Zhao. So it's like, okay, it's like, I don't know, I'd have to bump out, I don't know if they'd bump out Regina. Maybe they'd bump out Spike Lee, though. So it depends, because To Five Bloods, I don't think Do I have it getting skunked here at BAFTA? I don't think I have it down for a single nomination, unless I forgot about it here. I know I don't have Delroy in for Best Actor or anything. Oh, wait. No, I think I do have Chadwick getting in for Supporting Actor here. Yeah, I still do. And that could fall apart, too. But yeah, I think Da 5 Bloods, again, like it did at the Globes, obviously got skunked there, but it could struggle here at BAFTA as well and not do extremely, extremely well. Like Spike Lee's not on the list for Director. Da 5 Bloods is on there for Picture. But it's also, I believe, missing in Screenplay as well. Or maybe it's in... Oh, God, maybe I'm just thinking Director. Yeah, Da 5 Bloods is in... Yeah, it's on the long list for Screenplay. Never mind. I thought it was... I thought it missed both, but it was just Director. It didn't get of those top categories. Yeah, Delroy, Chadwick, the film. Yeah, the rest of it is all there. So, I don't know. I just... Again, I don't know if it's just a sense of the British are not going to go for it. But like I said a few times here, BlacKkKlansman kind of surprised us and did pretty well here at BAFTA a couple years ago. So, yeah, possible. But again, what really hurts is it not getting into Director. That kind of shows that it's not going to be a super strong showing there. And the same, I think, goes for Minari here. Just with the reverse of that. It's not up for film, but it is up for, like, Director, it is up for Actor, it is up for Supporting Actress, stuff like that. So it's going to be question marks as we go into it here. But let's see, was there anybody else here? The Dig is also up for Director, so, I mean, possible. Martanian is also up for both Picture and Director, so I early on I thought that one would do pretty well here, but I'm kind of starting to pull that one away, because it's... I mean, it's kind of not the exact same thing that happened with Malcolm and Marie, but it's like Malcolm and Marie got a lot of great buzz early, then the critics reviewed it, and it's like tons of critics didn't like it, and now, similar, I don't know, I haven't seen the film, so I don't know the content of the film, if that's what's bugging critics this time around, but for Martini, it's like it started out great buzz, and Jodie Foster and the Tahar Rahim got in for lead actor at the Globes, and then the reviews started coming out, and it's like, oh, well, not everybody loved it, so... I don't know. I'm kind of questioning where to put it in at. So, yeah. Okay, so we'll move on to the acting races now. For Best Actor, I do have Chadwick out front here. Anthony Hopkins in a strong second place, though, for The Father. Again, this could be one where he comes back and wins. I think it's very possible for Chadwick, if he doesn't end up winning the Oscar, for him to win, like, Critics' Choice and SAG, and then lose at both Globes and BAFTA. And then, yeah, then it's kind of a toss-up there at the Oscars. But I think if it does happen that way, I think the sentimentality would shift it in favor of Chadwick, and he would pull it out. But Anthony, he did win, I believe it was 2 BAFTAs. We've looked this up before, but I'm just going to confirm this. I think it was like, he might not have won for Silence of the Lambs or something. It was the ones he won for were not... no, it was Silence of the Lambs, and it was... Yeah, I knew Remains of the Day. I was like, it had to be like Remains of the Day or Shadowlands or one of those he won for, but he was actually nominated... Actually, both those were released in the same year here at BAFTA, so he was nominated for Best Actor twice, which we just saw that last year with Margot Robbie. But he has a television BAFTA for War and Peace from the 70s, so he's technically won, and then he's got a fellowship award, kind of their, lifetime achievement type thing. He got that in 2007 or 8, whichever year that would line up with. So, I mean, it could happen, but it's like he's won, more than a couple in the past if you count the TV one and the BAFTA fellowship one. So, I think Chadwick kind of does feel like the safe bet right now. Riz Ahmed, I think, is in for Sound of Metal. Gary Oldman from Mank. I do have Mads Mikkelsen getting in for another round. And then Stephen Yeun I have in for Minari. So again, I have Delroy missing here. And I put in Stephen Yeun for the Oscars as well. So I had Delroy pulled out for a minute. And then he started missing stuff. So I'm like, oh boy. And then I put him back in. And now Stephen Yeun, I put it in. So I have Delroy out at the Oscars again. I don't know. That's gonna be hard here. Like I said, The Dig has quite a bit. So Ralph Fiennes is a British actor. He got in, I believe, for Best Actor for Grand Budapest, if I remember right. So I'd watch out for him. Let's see here. News of the World, if it does really take off and gets director as well, it could be. Remember, Bridge of Spies was one that did very, very well here at BAFTA. quite a few years ago. Tom Hanks, I believe, was not a nominee that year, though. Got in, just like Spielberg got in, the editing, and it was like all these places it wasn't getting in at the Oscars, and it was like everything but Tom Hanks at BAFTA, or something like that. Or maybe Hanks did get in. I don't think... okay, I'm not going to look it up, but yeah. I thought he missed at BAFTA still. Otherwise, I think Delroy, he's still a threat here, definitely. And Tahar Rahim, again, if the Martanian does go over pretty well here at BAFTA, I can see him sneaking back in over somebody like Mads or over Steven, possibly. So, there's a little bit more of a field here, I think, with this one. For actress, I have Carey Mulligan out front here to win for Promising Young Woman. Again, I think it will, like at the Globes, kind of surprise us and get into a few categories here. Vanessa Kirby in second place for Pieces of a Woman, then Frances McDormand for Nomadland, Viola Davis for Ma Rainey's. Kate Winslet I have in for Ammonite in that 6th slot. I'm going to go Saint Maud with Morfydd Clark, or Morfydd Clark. I'm not sure how you pronounce her name, but there's, again, that 6th slot is going to be kind of a mystery, because it's like Zendaya ended up getting a Critics' Choice nomination, so she's still in the hunt. Amy Adams got in at SAG, so she's in the hunt. She's on the long list here. Andra Day, who got Critics' Choice and Globe, is not on the list here, so I think that definitely hurt her. Let's see here. Jessie Buckley was a nominee last year for whichever small British film she did. Can't remember the name of it, but she's on the long list here for I'm Thinking of Ending Things, which kind of came and went. I think it was a Netflix one earlier this year. But the one that I have my eye on that could definitely make it here is Sophia Loren for The Life Ahead. That is up for foreign language film here, or film not in an English language at BAFTA. I put her in for my 5th slot at the Oscars, too. It feels like one of those, like we kind of mentioned last night, like Marion Cotillard, and one of those who misses just about everything, but then ends up getting nominated. A previous winner in this same category, which Sophia many, many years ago, sure, 62, was for Two Women. But, and it is on Netflix. I know early on I was really skeptical because I already had, multiple Netflix actresses getting in, but I was like, I don't know. I just, something all of a sudden kind of steered me in that direction. I don't know why. It's kind of weird too, because like since I don't know, was it 2015 or like one of the? I think after the Marion Cotillard year, I think every year I've gotten all the 5 Best Actress nominees right every time. Even Roma with what's her name, Yalitza Aparicio getting in. I was like kind of surprised I got that one right, because Emily Blunt was such a strong force that year. But I don't know. I mean, obviously I'd love to see that stand up, because I haven't gotten any 5 for 5s this year so far in any of these early categories for the precursors. So, anyways, not to brag too much there, but anyways, anybody else that really stands out here? I don't know. Nothing too spectacular here that makes me kind of think about it. Okay, let's go to supporting actor here. This one, again, very fluid race, so we'll have to see, because again they have 6 nominees here. I have Leslie Odom Jr. out front for One Night in Miami, then Sacha Baron Cohen for Trial of Chicago 7, Daniel Kaluuya getting in for Judas and the Black Messiah, Paul Raci I have getting in for Sound of Metal, since that one, it's not going to be up for film, I don't think. I don't see, it's kind of difficult when they have this many like shortlisted here, but Sound of Metal's on there, that's right. I named that one, yeah. So that's a better sign of support there, versus, at the Globes it only got the one, and SAG it only got the one, so... for Riz Ahmed. Let's see, then Chadwick Boseman I do have getting in for Da 5 Bloods, just because I feel like that's the way the wind's going, but again I can see him missing here, and I really would not be that shocked. So that 6th slot is weird, because at first I had Benedict Cumberbatch getting it for the Martanian, but again I've been starting to pull that one out for a lot of stuff here at BAFTA, and I looked at it, it's like, okay, the rest of the short list, you've got Mark Rylance for Trial of Chicago 7, which I'm not convinced is going to happen, because Chicago 7, early on, again, I thought it would get at least 2 slots, then I thought 3 slots, and then it's been getting just Sacha Baron Cohen. He's been the only one getting in everywhere. And it's like, not even a Critics' Choice where they had, 6 nominees, not even then they could get another guy in there from Chicago 7. So I'm like, I don't think so. And then I kind of thought outside the box. I'm like, what about that Barry Keoghan, who's in Calm with Horses, which has a long listed also for British film, and I think one other one. Outstanding debut by a British writer-director, and it's also on there actually for lead actor and supporting actress. I forgot that. And casting as well. So it's got quite a bit of buzz there. So I'm like, I was like, maybe that one. Maybe they go with a weird one there. And I'm like, I don't know. So I think he's my second pick here. But the one I'm going with, because it stood, and I remember I had a weird reaction when I read this name on the long list. I'm like, what's he doing here? But I'm like, I looked at the film, and it's like, again, tons of support. Bo Burnham. Wow. Something tells me, with his name on the list, and again, he has not really received like any recognition anywhere so far, anywhere for this. Obviously, Promising Young Woman, did well at the Globes. I put it in last minute SAG for Ensemble, which would have been his first nomination, I think, for the season here. Minus, if they got any prizes for Ensemble at some of the critics' prizes or whatever, regional awards. But I don't know. It's like, after I saw that name, I'm like, it almost, and again, I'm not a huge Emmys expert by any means, but I remember a lot of people last year for that, the Zendaya one, Euphoria, when that kind of made the list, everybody's like, oh, okay, that's a weird one, but it's like, maybe we missed a sign there. It's like the fact that it got in was a stronger sign that maybe it actually is one that we should consider more or something. And obviously it went on to win drama film or drama series and actress for Zendaya. So I'm like, the way Bo Burnham, it's like, it feels like it's in that vein. So I might wimp out and I might go Barry Keoghan before this is over, because I think the fact that one did get so many recognizable or so many recognitions there on the long list. I mean, I have it on the BAFTA for British film. I don't have nominations here for outstanding debut by British writer, director, or producer, because that one I'm like, I have no clue. Because like half of these, I mean, Saint Maud is on there, Rocks is on there, that got a bunch of other stuff, Limbo got a few other things, His House got a couple other things, and then Calm with Horses. So I guess it would be those five. But it's like, I don't know, I feel like I totally messed that one up. So something tells me it might get something else, but it's like, I don't know. I'm not really ready to pull the trigger on that yet. So again, I might come back to this and pull Bo Burnham out in favor of Barry Keoghan, but either way, I would not be totally shocked to see maybe even both of them get in over, and then Chadwick miss, or even Paul Raci, who again has really struggled this season, only Critics' Choice so far. I don't know, but then again, Mark Rylance, he did win for Bridge of Spies. It was the only place at a major award he had won, besides a few critics' prizes for Bridge of Spies, so they might go with the previous winner here as well. But again, it would be the first time this season that we see one of these major precursors go with more than Sacha Baron Cohen for that supporting category. Okay, so for supporting actress, I feel like I'm going with the safe 6 here. I feel like it. Again, there's definitely some other ones that could pop up here. Glenn Close, I do have out front for Hillbilly Elegy because she did not win for The Wife. Olivia Colman in second for The Father. Yoo Jun-yeon in third for Minari. Helena Zengel in fourth for News of the World. Amanda Seyfried I have getting in there for Mank. And then Maria Bakalova for Borat. I originally had Maria out here. Just because I don't think Borat got anything else. I'm going to double check that. Screenplay. It actually got a screenplay nod. So I was like, I don't know. It's like, obviously I didn't expect it to be on the list for film or for lead actor or anything like that. But I don't know. Initially I was kind of reluctant. I was like, I can see her missing here. And then rebounding and getting at the Oscars. Or could be, speaking of films, because, Jared Leto is one we've been concerned about for supporting actor as well. Globes and SAG, he got both of those, so everybody's like, oh boy, we have to take this seriously now. But it's like, I don't know, we've seen, quite a few miss out after getting the Globe and SAG nominations, and one, I was trying to think of it that one day, and it's like, it finally came to me, Jennifer Lopez last year, remember? She got in everywhere, SAGs, Critics' Choice, Globes, missed at BAFTA, ended up missing at the Oscars. So, not to say, and obviously I haven't seen the film, so I don't know, but it's like, it could happen, but I don't know. It feels like she's got enough steam behind her. It could be, kind of go all the way Melissa McCarthy did for a, largely comedic supporting performance there for Bridesmaids. And yeah, so that 6th slot, otherwise it's like, well, there's a few possibilities here. A lot of people think it'll be, if not these 6, Saoirse Ronan, I think, is, a lot of people put her in for Ammonite, and, overall it did pretty well here on the long list for BAFTA. But and having seen the film too, I have seen that one, and it's like I was not entirely impressed. So I mean, I think it could be Kate Winslet British film because there is 10 slots there and then nothing else. I definitely see that. One who we again early on, not me, but a lot of people did. And then eventually I put in, and now she's been missing everywhere, is Ellen Burstyn. She is on here for Pieces of a Woman. But I don't know. It feels like it's too far gone. It feels like everybody who saw the movie at all these voting bodies, it's like they turned it off after the first half hour. It was too much for them. They're like, oh, here's a big showy performance, in this little piece from Vanessa Kirby, so I'll put her in because she's going through, she's going through the ringer in this, and then nothing else. I definitely could see that happening at the Oscars as well there. I'd also keep an eye out, though, Jodie Foster again for The Martanian, and then possibly Jennifer Eel, or Ale. I don't know how her last name's pronounced, but she's been in a lot of stuff. She's been in, like, American Hustle, and I believe a couple of those other David O. Russell ones, like, I think she was in Joy. And then she was in, if I'm remembering right, I think this is the same actress. Or maybe I'm confusing it. But then she was also in, actually had a decent role in Zero Dark 30. As well, so I'm going to just double check that I have this all correct, because I might be confusing her with somebody else. I must be, yeah, because she's not listed on the thing for... I'm thinking of somebody else, because, yeah, that's she is the one from Zero Dark 30, but she's not in those David O. Russell ones. She's had quite a few other roles here, like those 50 Shades movies, a couple of them at least. Actually, all three of them. What a trooper. Miseducation of Cameron Post, which got some buzz that year, then faded away. Let's see. In the remake of RoboCop. Okay, who was I thinking of from American Hustle? Because I was thinking she was the one who played what's his name's wife? Jeremy Renner's wife. But no, that would be Elizabeth Rome. That's who I'm thinking of from those movies. Yeah. Yeah, they don't look entirely alike either. I don't know how I got those mixed up, but yeah, she's popped up. Like, she was in Bombshell, and yeah, a couple of those other ones there. So yeah, I don't know. I got that one mixed up. But yeah, again, I would just say more just for the fact that it is Saint Maud, and again, that one could end up doing pretty well here. God, I've already forgot. Was that on the list for film as well? And I said again director, but yeah, that one is not on the long list for film. So really, everywhere else that could really surprise us could get in for director, could be in for actress and supporting actress. Could be in because it's on the long list also for screenplay. So indeed, an original screenplay. I have it in for the casting one, and it's got a few tech prizes as well there that it could get into. So that could be one I could be hitting myself, and I'm like, oh, I named it off as a strong possibility, and I didn't put it in, but. Again, I feel like I'm going with a safe 6, so I don't know. I'd rather get it right that way than anything else there. Okay, so speaking of screenplays, again, just 5 nominees here. I have for the original screenplay prize, Trial of Chicago 7, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, Minari, and Mank getting in. Again, look out for another round. If Defy Bloods is a little stronger here than we think, that could easily get in. Saint Maud, again, easily could get in. Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always. I had it wrong for the WGA, but it did get in at Critics' Choice, so that one does have a little bit of steam behind it. And then Soul is also here. That could sneak back in at the Oscars. I can see that happening. Judas and the Black Messiah, a WGA nominee. That is on the long list as well here, but I don't know. It's like, that's another one where it's like, it's definitely got Daniel Kaluuya in. I would really think that something is really wrong if it misses that one. But otherwise, it actually did pretty well here. It's on the long list for actor for Lakeith Stanfield, Dominique Fishback for supporting actress. It's in up for casting, cinematography, editing, and screenplay. So I don't know. So maybe that one does come back. And I think Judas, if it does get one of these slots here at BAFTA and knocks out Minari or knocks out Sound of Metal, yeah, I could easily see that one being the 5th slot at the Oscars there. Because I think I do have Mank, Chicago 7, Promising Young Woman, Minari is 4 of them in. Then it's just that 5th one. Right now I have Defy Bloods. But again, I can see that going to like Judas and the Black Messiah if that kind of becomes more... suddenly becomes the more stronger player between that one and Defy Bloods. Okay, for adapted screenplay, I have The Father out front, then One Night in Miami, Nomadland, News of the World, and Emma getting that fifth slot. So that fifth slot, it's kind of weird, because it's like, okay, yeah, we got those. Then Mortanian, possibly. Ma Rainey's, possibly. It did get WGA, but it struggled everywhere else here, except for Critics' Choice. Let's see, The Dig is also going to be up for adapted screenplay. Really, the only place The Dig didn't get into is actress, but of course, Carey Mulligan has Promising Young Woman. So yeah, I mean, like I said, Margot Robbie did get a double nomination in the same category last year. So I don't know. I guess they kind of didn't want to, overdo it for her this year. The White Tiger was kind of a surprising adapted screenplay nominee at WGA rather. Okay, let me look that one up because White Tiger actually does have a couple spots there. Let's see here. Let me just go through them here. Okay, lead actor Adarsh Gaurav, supporting actress for Priyanka Chopra, cinematography. It's going to be up for. Just kind of skipping these. Editing. I can't see what the title is here. It did make the one for film. I haven't really mentioned that. And then also director. I forgot that one. Yeah. And as well as screenplay here. Yeah, I think that is everything. Okay. It's like I don't know. It's like. I don't know. I just don't really know where they would award that one. If, unless, it all of a sudden gets in over something like News of the World or over something like Emma or something like that. But, I don't know. I mean, other than WGA, and of course that's with a couple other contenders, like Nomadland was ineligible at WGA. The Father was ineligible at WGA. So it's like with those missing, it's like it was, again, very, very easy for that to get into WGA. But, with those heavier competitors, in front of it there at the Oscars and at BAFTA here, it's like I think it really will struggle. Let's see, anything else? Yeah, I mentioned The Dig, Borat, possibly, but I think if it was gonna get in, I think we would have seen a little bit more evidence for it so far. Okay, then for the casting prize, this one, remember last year they went with like the two popes, and this is the inaugural one was last year, so this is the second year they've had it. They did get stuff like the two popes as well as Marriage Story and a couple other ones there that had the bigger casts. So with this one, the five I have selected are Trial of Chicago 7, One Night in Miami, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Minari, so that's 4 of the 5 SAG Ensemble nominees. And then since I believe Da 5 Bloods is not on here. Or no, it is. Okay, so that fifth one could be Da 5 Bloods. But again, I'm going Saint Maud because of the popularity of the film. Promising Young Woman is also very tempting to put in here. Minari could fall out since it doesn't have the support with film being a film shortlisted there or longlisted in this case. Mank is a possibility. Yeah, we mentioned Da 5 Bloods. Judas and the Black Messiah could get back in here. Martanian. If it ends up missing all the acting categories, I can see him making up for it and getting one of the casting nominees there. Sound of Metal has a kind of smaller cast, but a lot of people all of a sudden were putting it in for SAG Ensemble kind of last minute, so possibly, but I don't know. Calm with Horses is another one. I can see it missing all the acting categories, but then getting made up here, if not, that or Mortanian. But obviously Mortanian feels like a more Oscar-heavy film between the two. So, as we've seen in recent years here, BAFTA, kind of went away from being like beating their own drum with this is what we like, this is what we like, we don't care what Oscar picks, this is what we like. They went away from that, and definitely in the last arguably 5-6 years or longer, they've been more trying to predict, or obviously longer than that. I think probably close to the last 10 years. They've been trying to predict what's going to win at the Oscars. So yeah. All right, let's see here. The last one that I have on the Gold Derby side is animated feature, and they only have 3 nominees here. So I think that's Soul, Wolfwalkers, Willoughbys. I think could be as easy as that. The only other 3, of course, that can get on here are Croods, New Age, Onward, and Over the Moon. Yeah, I think I don't know. I mean, to get both Pixar ones in there, I think would be a little tough. Over the Moon is Netflix, and is the Willoughbys Netflix as well? Maybe I've been missing that one the whole time, but I don't know. So I feel like those other 2 have a little bit more buzz to them than some of the others there. Okay, so that's it for what I have on the pulled up on the website there for Gold Derby, which is kind of nice to see what everybody else is picking there. All right, so now we're going to get into my predictions here for the other categories. And again, this is just going off the long list here. I don't have any odds to go off of, so we'll see how right I am on this. For the most part, with these, I'm kind of sticking close with what I have for the equivalent at Oscars, minus one or two. I don't think I have any of these. I have the exact same 5 matching up, which is, I mean, BAFTA and Oscars have lined up 5 for 5 quite a bit in the last few years here in some of these categories. Like director, they went 5 for 5 last year. I think it was either, maybe not art direction, but it was like costumes or one of those was like 5 for 5 last year. So sometimes they do all crossover. But yeah, I still have some time to make some decisions here. But anyways. British film, they're changing this one to be 10 slots now. So the 10 I have getting in are Ammonite, Calm with Horses, Emma, Limbo, Misbehavior, Promising Young Woman, Saint Maud, The Dig, The Mauritanian, and The Father. And I was when I was assembling this one, I thought, okay, easy bets are Promising Young Woman, The Father. Those arguably are going to be the only two up for Best Picture at the Oscars as well. I thought The Dig kind of seemed like a pretty easy one there. Saint Maud feels like that one, if it misses here, that's a really bad sign. Emma, and then I think the other ones were Mauritanian and either Calm with Horses or Ammonite. I think I put Ammonite in there first. So it's really those other 3 are the ones that I was kind of questioning on there. Let's see. So just to kind of go over the rest of them here. Let's see. Let me find British film here. Okay. The other 10 that can get in are The Courier, County Lines, David Attenborough, Life on Our Planet, Herself, His House, Mowgli, or Radioactive, Rebecca, Rocks, or Supernova. Rocks I think Rocks is probably the one I would say gets, I could definitely put that one in instead of something like one of those other 3, so like Misbehavior or Limbo, I think would be the first 2 out or something. I don't know, Rebecca, fairly popular on Netflix. I mean, some people watched it, I guess enough, but that one possibly. So, yeah, we'll have to see about that one. But those are the 10 I have for now. Okay, for film not in an English language, the 5 I have are Another Round, Collective, Les Miserables, Minari, and Covidia Dia. Les Mis, you might recall, got in everywhere last year. And that was not eligible at BAFTA, so I think they'll make up for it. I think it's still one that people remember. Otherwise, yeah, Minari feels pretty safe here. Covidia Dia has gotten in just about everywhere it can. I think just the Globes is like the only place it missed. And then Another Round has, basically gotten in everywhere and is arguably the front runner in this category. Collective is also going to be up for documentary, and that also applies at the Oscars. It's on the short list for both. Dear Comrades is also here. Bakaru, I'm No Longer Here. The Life Ahead is a possibility for sure. The Mole Agent, New Order, Painter and the Thief, System Crasher, The Traitor, and the Truffle Hunters fill out the rest of the 15 there. I would say of the ones that are, having a stronger chance of getting in that I don't have on the 5, I would say definitely Life Ahead is on there. The Traitor is one, if I remember correctly, this is one I saw a trailer for last year, and it was eligible at the Oscars last year, but didn't get in. And then, otherwise, the rest of these I really haven't heard, other than like Dear Comrades, which I do have getting in at the Oscars there. Other than those, I don't think there's, and Bakaru, arguably. I think that one, oh God, I can't remember if that's on the short list or not at the Oscars. Let me just look that up real quick here. Switch over. I cannot recall. That one, I know I've heard of it, but I can't remember if that was... Okay, do it this way. Okay. No, it is not on the short list for the Oscars, so... anyways, so that's that one. We'll move on to documentary here. This one will be interesting, I think. I have the 5 here as Athlete A, Crip Camp, David Attenborough, Life on Our Planet, Dick Johnson is Dead, and MLK FBI. So a few here that could easily get in, all in the fight for democracy. I do have getting in at the Oscars, but I have missing here. Let's see here. Collective is one I can see getting in. I Am Greta, the Greta Thunberg documentary, possibly. Then we have Truffle Hunters is another one that made the list also for a film not in an English language. So Yeah, a couple of those could cross over and get one or both. So yeah, there's definitely some possibilities here. Let's see. So that's who else is just to name off the rest of them here. Beastie Boys Story is also up. Becoming, Billy, The Dissident, My Octopus Teacher, and The Social Dilemma are the other ones there. All right, now I gotta go down. Now we'll get into stuff that tech categories here. So starting off, the cinematography, the five I have getting in here are. I think I have these. I try to get them alphabetical this time, so I messed up on the first one here. So Mank, News of the World, Nomadland, Tenet, and The Dig are the five I have getting in here. And cinematography, this could be a place where we see a few of those other ones kind of thrive here. Like Judas and the Black Messiah is on the long list here. Ma Rainey's is in there. Mortanian. Midnight Sky is one. I could easily see that one being kind of a surprise one that gets in. Otherwise, Saint Maud is another one that's up here, and then Trial of Chicago 7 also possibly here. Of those, I think the first one to get in would probably be, in case they like it a little better than we think, Trial of Chicago 7 maybe. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't say it's impossible for something like Saint Maud or Midnight Sky or even Mortanian to get in there. Other ones also possibly up are Ammonite, Greyhound, Rebecca again, and then The White Tiger. So that's that one. For the costume design category, the five I have are Emma, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, Promising Young Woman, and The Dig. So again, Promising Young Woman didn't fare very well on some of those short lists at the Oscars, so I know costume design is not one that it's going to be up for. Pretty sure, right? Unless I'm totally getting this wrong and that was not one of the shortlisted ones, but I thought it was. All right, where are you at? Oh, no, they didn't do a short list for this one. That's right. No, I was thinking of, there's a couple of them that Promising Young Woman did not get on for. But this is not one of them, sorry. Anyways, but, so for this one, yeah, a couple other ones to watch out for here for costumes. I think Mulan is a possible threat here. News of the World, definitely. Chicago 7. I do have United States versus Billie Holiday getting one of those slots at the Oscars instead of The Dig. I think the rest of them I have all getting in at the Oscars, except not Promising Young Woman. I think my fifth one there is Mulan, yeah, so at the Oscars. So a couple other ones here, though, that are also on the long list to watch out for. Ammonite, Hillbilly Elegy, Misbehavior, Radioactive, Rebecca, and The Secret Garden. So that's that one. Moving on to this is just alphabetically from BAFTA here, so that's just turned out to be the easiest way to get this done. Editing: Mank, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and Trial of Chicago 7 are my five here. And I would say again, other than Promising Young Woman, which could sneak back in at the Oscars, I definitely think this one does have a strong possibility of getting. If they go with Promising Young Woman, that might convince me to put it in. But Minari is the other one I have getting in at the Oscars. But again, it's like, I don't know. It's not on the long list at all here for BAFTA for editing. And again, another sign that it's not really going to be a one that gets 8, 9, 10 nominations. I don't think. So otherwise, a couple other possibilities here. The Father is one. I feel like. I feel like that one's really close. If it's not Promising Young Woman or not Sound of Metal or something, then yeah, The Father easily could get in. Saint Maud could also be one. Tenet could get in very easily, I think, as well. So, yeah, this is going to be a tough one to decipher here. Otherwise, the rest that are on the long list here are The Five Bloods, Another Round, Judas and the Black Messiah, The Mortanian, News of the World, skip those. Rocks, and I think we mentioned the rest of them. Oh, The White Tiger again. So yeah, that's going to be one of the harder ones to decipher here at BAFTA. For makeup and hairstyling, the five I have here, again, pretty close to the Oscars, but just one exception here. Emma, Hillbilly Elegy, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, and Pinocchio was on there. So I'm like, I don't know, that sounds like one that might do better here at BAFTA than anywhere else. Let's see. So I think the only one there that I don't have getting in at the Oscars is let me look here. I forgot, because this is one we actually do have a short list for at the Oscars. Oh, there's two. Sorry, two. Gloria's and Birds of Prey I have in there, but So Emma I have missing. But let's see here. Quite a few that were on the Oscar shortlist are not here at BAFTA. Like The Little Things is not on here. The Gloria, as we mentioned. One Night in Miami is on the shortlist for the Oscars, but that's not here at BAFTA. So The Dig could get in here as well. Possibly Mulan. That's one that didn't get in at the Oscars on the shortlist. Pinocchio is on the shortlist at the Oscars, so that one actually could cross over. So I might rethink that one. Otherwise, United States versus Billie Holiday kind of felt like an easy bet there for the Oscars, but it didn't make the shortlist either. And then Chicago 7, that could easily get in here, I think, too. That could be one we just all overthink. So otherwise, the rest here are Ammonite, Blithe Spirit. Let's see, I think we've mentioned almost everything else. Rebecca and True History of the Kelly Gang and Wonder Woman 1984. So it's that one. In the score category at BAFTA, the 5 I have getting in here are Mank, Midnight Sky, News of the World, Soul, and Tenet. So correct me if I'm wrong here. These were the 5 that got in at the Golden Globes as well. Let's see. So I think the only one, Minari, I put in there over Tenet at the Oscars. But again, I could be convinced to switch out of that one. But I don't know. I feel like Minari's going to hit pretty well with Oscar voters. I don't know, just a feeling here. Minari, though, is on the list here for BAFTA. So that one could surprise us and get back in there. Otherwise, Ma Rainey's is on the list here for score for BAFTA, but that's not going to get in at the Oscars, not eligible there. Same goes for Hillbilly Elegy. I think there's 1 or 2 other ones here, but they're not coming to mind. I think this is one where Promising Young Woman did not make the short list, and a few people got upset. I think the song category as well. Yes, it's not in here for score at the Oscars. Saint Maud is also one I can maybe see coming down here. And then Trial of Chicago 7, it didn't get the score nomination at the Globes. It really hasn't landed anywhere for score yet. So unless they really, really like that one and they start putting it into all sorts of tech categories here that we're not expecting, that could make the list as well. So Ammonite, The Five Bloods, David Attenborough, Life on Our Planet, The Little Things, Thomas Newman, so watch out for that one, definitely. And I think that's everything there. I think we've mentioned the rest of them there. So, again, this could end up being a trickier one, too, I think, at BAFTA. Okay, for the production design or art direction category, the 5 I have are Ma Rainey's, Mank, The Midnight Sky, News of the World, and The Dig getting in. Yeah, so really, Emma I have getting in at the Oscars, but missing here. And I think that's actually the only one. Yeah. Let's see here. But also at BAFTA on the long list here that I definitely considered. One of them is definitely Tenet. Again, that could do pretty well here at BAFTA. Again, better than at the Oscars. So that's one I definitely considered. And I think there was one other one, but now I can't remember which one it is. But the rest of them here, just to name off, Ammonite, which could be... forgive me, did I skip that one for costumes? Yeah, it's on there for costumes if we didn't mention that one. That could be one also for costumes. I didn't name that one off as a more possible obvious nominee there. Anyways, but yeah, so it is such a period piece there. So costumes and production design possible here, but I don't think it's really front of mind for a lot of voters here outside of Kate Winslet and possibly British film. Let's see, so otherwise, once keep in mind, The Father is on here. I don't know. It seems like it's a contemporary setting, but I could be wrong about that. Let's see, otherwise, Promising Young Woman. This is one I don't think will get in at the Oscars. Radioactive, Rebecca, The Secret Garden, Trial of Chicago 7, and Wonder Woman 1984, also on the long list at BAFTA here. Okay, for the effects category... The 5 I have here are Mank, The Midnight Sky, The One and Only Ivan, Pinocchio, and Tenet. Yeah, some of these choices here at BAFTA do not cross over to the Oscars. Let's see here. Let me just pull up what I have here at the Oscars as well. So, like, The Five Bloods is on here at BAFTA, but that did not make the 10 for the Oscars. Greyhound, Invisible Man, also missing from the Oscar list. Mulan is on there, though. The Old Guard, is that one that got on? No, it's not here at the Oscars either. Pinocchio is not on here. So I know that one, if it does get into BAFTA, will not cross over. Secret Garden and Sonic the Hedgehog are also not at the Oscars. And then Wonder Woman 1984, also not on the Oscar list. So, yeah, there's, like, of the ones that made the Oscar list, like, you've got, you know, some of the more obvious ones, like Midnight Sky, Mank, Tenet are on here. Soul is on here, which is, yeah, that's kind of a weird one. One and Only Ivan. And then I think, yeah, let me just go through those again. So it's, like, only, like, 5 of the BAFTA nominees on the long list got in at the Oscars, if I'm counting that right. So Tenet, Midnight Sky, Mank, Mulan, Soul. One and Only Ivan, so that's 6. Otherwise, like, Bloodshot and Love and Monsters are on there for the Oscars, but they're not here. And the only other one I can think of... Okay, Birds of Prey, yeah, that got nothing at BAFTA, so yeah, that one's not going to get anything. Welcome to Chechnya got in at the Oscars, but that's not on here either, so, yeah. So, yeah, I can count those again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, definitely if it's the ones who show up here at BAFTA for visual effects are only ones that got in at the Oscars, which, by the way, that would be 4 of the 5 nominees I'm predicting here. If 5 of the nominees at BAFTA are ones that are also going to be up for the Oscar, maybe just pick those 5 and carry over. So, and it could be the one that I have, Mulan is one I have getting in at the Oscars, but not here at BAFTA. So, yeah, that could be the one that I miss here, but yeah, that could end up being an easy one. And really, like you mentioned a few times here, other than that Kubo and the Two Strings, every other animated film really, you know, if it's up for visual effects, it doesn't get in. All right, then the last category I have here is sound, and the 5 I have getting it are Mank, Midnight Sky, News of the World, Sound of Metal, and Tenet. Let's see here. So, any other ones here? Greyhound, if BAFTA likes that one enough, it gets in for visual effects as well. I can see that one making it in for sound. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, I do have that one getting in for sound at the Oscars, so that one is also a very strong possibility. Let's see here. I think News of the World I have missing the sound category right now at the Oscars. Yeah, I don't have that one in, but that's one I can see coming back, and all of a sudden, if it does really well at the Guild or something, I might put that one in, because they've got like 4 or 5 categories at the Guild or something ridiculous there, and it's 2 guilds, I believe, still, even though there's only just one sound category at the Oscars now. So yeah, if News of the World all of a sudden like leads between the 2 award ceremonies there, it's like, oh boy, that one might be one to watch out for. Otherwise, if Nomadland or Trials of Chicago 7 again kind of overperform here, they're both up for sound. Then Soul is also up for sound, and again, some Pixar films have gotten like it's usually sound editing is the one they would get into back in the old days there. Saint Maud is also one that got in for sound, and Promising Young Woman. So again, if they kind of start going across the board here, and just put, you know, one of the same films down for all the categories here, then yeah, those are a couple to watch out for as well. Otherwise, Invisible Man, Mortanian, I think we named the rest of them. Wonder Woman 1984 is also up for sound, so yeah, this one actually could be, again, one where it's like, okay, I can see that one, it's like you name like 8 or 9 of them, it's like, okay, these all have a actual shot of getting in, so yeah, it's kind of the first time we've seen this at BAFTA, where it's like all of a sudden, okay, here's who the only ones who can get in, and it's like all this, you know, all these signs here. So it's like, I don't know, it's like Promising Young Woman, again, I have that getting in for quite a bit of stuff. I feel like otherwise, Mank is like probably the only sure bet to get a ton of stuff. Otherwise, like News of the World, I have missing a couple places. Nomadland will get some, but not quite everything. Trial of Chicago 7 also in that same category. Rainey's, I think, will miss 1 or 2 places possibly. Otherwise, I think that one should do all right. Definitely the production design, makeup, and costumes that I have at the Oscars, for sure. I don't see any of those missing. Could get the sound nomination, could get the score nomination here at BAFTA as well, so then that one could get 8, possibly 9 nominations. So maybe that one actually does have a little bit more oomph to it than kind of looks on paper there. And then News of the World might be one all of a sudden that comes back and does pretty well here, and arguably could get more nominations at BAFTA than it does at the Oscars. Again, another Tom Hanks starring film, Bridge of Spies, did very well here. It kind of surprised us that year at BAFTA. So, Yeah, and it's again from a director they like in Paul Greengrass. So yeah, there's definitely going to be some question marks here at BAFTA going forward here. I'm going to look up the date because I already forgot it here. We mentioned it last time. I've already forgotten it. March 9th are when the nominations are out, if I'm remembering correctly here. Or if this is correct, because, yeah, that's Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, so that's definitely, yeah, that's going to be March 9th is when they come out. Pretty sure. Because that's, yeah, Tuesday. I don't think they would do it on a Monday. So that's, what is that? Shoot, that's only a couple, 1-2 weeks away from tomorrow. So, yeah, so we've, again, I'll come back on these sometime and I'll update those. Later this week, we'll look at the final predictions for the Golden Globes for the winners. And I think I will go ahead, not today, but sometime later this week, maybe Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, I might go ahead and put out my updated Oscar predictions as well, since I went ahead and went through all the trouble of putting down, okay, these are the films that I have getting multiple nominations, and I counted 21 films that I have getting multiple nominations, which, I mean, I don't keep a count on that every year, but it's, even in a COVID year, it feels like that probably sounds right. Because it's usually in that neighborhood. It's usually 15, 16, or more. Some of those years where it's a lot of films just keep getting, all the categories and stuff. Not quite like last year. Irishman got a ton of stuff last year. Joker got in just about everywhere it could. 1917 and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood almost got in everywhere they could. So it's arguably last year, we saw fewer get multiple nominations, but still, I think it was a strong showing last year. In fact, I don't know, just because I'm curious. What the hell? Let's see, I think there's films with multiple nominations or something here. Ooh, 17 was all last year. Yeah, let me just to kind of I could kind of go through the pages here, but we won't, because it'll take a little while to count each of them up. But Joker led last year with 11, then Irishman, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood all got 10, and then a whole bunch: Jojo Rabbit, Little Women, Marriage Story, Parasite got 6, 4 for Ford v Ferrari, Bombshell, Rise of Skywalker, and Two Popes all got 3, and then Harriet, Honeyland, Judy, Pain and Glory, and Toy Story 4 all got 2 nominations. So yeah, maybe last year was kind of an exception, because that's only 17, so maybe 21 is overdoing it. I don't know. Let me just for shits and giggles, let me look at one other one here. 2018. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Uh-oh. 18 the previous year. Okay, maybe I am overdoing it. I'll have to see. I'll have to look back at that. And of course, remember too, though, we only have one sound category this year, so that kind of affects stuff a little bit. But yeah, that year it's Roma and The Favorite got 10, Stars Born in Vice got 8, Black Panther 7, Black Klansman 6, Bo Rap and Green Book got 5, First Man and Mary Poppins got 4. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say which one because I switched, but the film I have getting multiple nominations that's winning Best Picture, I have it down for 5. So I was I kind of looked at that, I'm wow, that kind of seems weak. But I'm I don't know, Green Book had 5. The Departed, I believe, had 5. If not 6. That one, oh boy. Let's see if I can remember that one. Okay, Picture, Director, Supporting Actor, Screenplay, Editing. That might have been it. Yeah, I think, The Departed had 5. Well, hell, you could even go all the way back to Grand Hotel. That only had 1, and that one for Best Picture. But yeah. So and Spotlight had 6, I think, actually. I was going to say Spotlight, but no, that had Picture, Director, 2 Acting, Writing, and Editing. Yeah, so that's 6. So and yeah, like we said, Parasite last year had 6. So. Yeah, so, and sometimes, being in that 5, 6, 7, nomination range is kind of helpful. They're Argo, I believe, had 7 or possibly 8. Again, I don't have time to look at that one, but, yeah, and then, yeah, there's those rare years, Shape of Water had most nominations in that one. The Artist, that might have had Hugo had most nominations that year, that's right. But I believe then maybe King's Speech tied for most nominations or something, and that one won. Yeah, so sometimes having the most nominations. In this case, Mank. I don't know. Joker had the most nominations last year. That didn't win. It won 2 Oscars, but it didn't win picture. Mank, again, I can see that one just all of a sudden, getting the 12 nominations, but they have no place to give it something. So, yeah. But I kind of, I mean, we'll talk about this at the Oscars too, but I'm like, I kind of look at that one, it's like, maybe the one place that they could actually give it an award is cinematography. Or possibly an art direction, because I just have Ma Rainey's as the front runner for there for now, but it's like, even then, I'm like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Ma Rainey's doesn't have a whole bunch of in-your-face art direction, so I don't see them going with that one there. I mean, costume design, I think Ma Rainey's will probably win everything going up into the Oscars there, likely. And makeup as well for Ma Rainey's, and then also at least one of the acting prizes as well, at least I would imagine for Chadwick, again, unless we get a couple splits here and there. But yeah, I don't know. I've been thinking about that too. It's like, maybe it isn't, because not way too long after the movie came out, I started saying, oh, it's The Irishman all over again. It gets all these nominations, but they can't give it anything. So, yeah, we'll have to see. We've got some time to think about it here and stuff. So, yep. All right, I'll leave you alone now, and we'll call it good there. And so again, we'll come back to the BAFTAs here definitely before 2 weeks from now, because that's when the nominations come out. And like I said, Oscars will be later this week with an updated predictions, and I'll do the count for who's getting multiple nominations, since I did switch a few things around from the last time we did that. And final predictions for the Golden Globe winners will be coming probably Friday or after. I'll definitely take a peek around at what else everybody else is thinking there for some of those categories. Again, some of those categories are primed for upsets, so I know I'll take a couple, but I'll just need to look and see, okay, who else is predicting upsets and where are they predicting them, and I'll see who I want to steal from. All right, that's enough from me.